Good morning, students.
Good morning.
How are you all?
I
So today we are going to do prepositions. Sit down, students. Jump over. Stand up, students. Go under. Okay, go inside. Go outside. Go behind. Come in front. Go beside. Very good, students.
Hi guys, in this video we're gonna do an exercise on prepositions. Let's see what we have. He was angry blank me. Now here he has something, he's possessing something. Anger, right? So the preposition which we are gonna use is with. And with is followed by a noun or pronoun. So we have here pronoun, right? So he was angry with me. When he has something, when he possesses something, we use with. The calculator is blank the table, on, in, at, upon. So what do we use here? There's a table and the calculator is kept here, right? It's on the table, it's touching the surface, so we use on here, on the table. In means when something is inside the table or inside the box. At shows you the location of something. So the answer is on the table. The man is found guilty. Guilty is followed by of. Guilty of theft. Your teacher is not satisfied blank your work. Your teacher is not satisfied with your work. With is accompanied by something. That means satisfied with your work. She's not satisfied with your work. Okay. He should take care blank health. With, for, of, from. He should take care of his health. Of his health. John traveled blank train. From, with, by, at. John traveled by his train. By train, by bus, by boat, anything. Okay, let's see. She jumped blank well. Into, from. In, as I said, it's already inside. We use in. Into, when there's a motion, when she is going from outside to inside the well. So from when something is going from outside to inside, there's a motion, we use into. She jumped into the well. You must beware blank tigers. So you must be cautious of something. So we use of. You must beware of. Beware of means being cautious of something. So beware of tigers. We use of here. He has been unwell blank Saturday. He has been unwell. Here you have the name of the day. So whenever you're talking about name of the day, month or year, we use since. Unwell since Saturday. He has confidence blank his success. He has confidence in his success. In something, right? What is something? That's his success. He has confidence in his success. Henry was born blank 1869. So Henry was born in 1869, not at 1869, not into 1869. There's no motion from outside to inside, no. Henry was born in 1869. You should abstain blank bad things. Abstain means you should stop yourself from something. So you should abstain from bad things, right? Stop yourself from bad things. He arrived blank station blank 6 o'clock. Where did he arrive? For specific locations and buildings, we use at. Here, what's the specific place? It's a station. So we use at. He arrived at station blank 6 o'clock. So at is also used for clock times, like at 6 o'clock, at 6 p.m. So he arrived at station at 6 o'clock. The young man was killed blank a criminal blank a knife. At to with by. The young man was killed by a criminal. By a criminal blank a knife. With a knife. With a knife only he can kill, right? Blank advertising me, he gave me money. So he is doing something, with that he is doing something else also. Besides advising me, we use besides. Besides advising me, he's also doing something. He gave me money as well. George is good blank economics. George is good at economics. At something, right? We must protest blank injustice. We must protest. Protest you do when you're doing something against something. We must protest against what? Injustice. It's for something wrong. We must protest against injustice. His wife died blank cancer. His wife died of cancer. The dog is faithful blank his master. The dog is faithful to his master. Distribute the apple blank the children. So you are dividing something between the children. So when you're dividing something, you use among. Distribute the apples among the children. James borrowed $1,000 blank him. James borrowed $1,000 from him. Right? So James needs $1,000 from him. He gazed blank them. Gazed means looking at something. Looking at. Gazed at. He gazed at them. What is time blank your watch? What is time by your watch? By means according to your watch. What is the time according to your watch? What is the time by your watch? Open your book on page 40. Right? He goes to school blank a car. He goes to school by a car. I prefer coffee to tea. I prefer coffee to tea. Not with tea. I prefer coffee to tea, not with tea. All oil resources are beneath the land. Beneath means underneath, at a lower level of something, underneath something. So beneath the land. All oil resources are beneath the land, under the land. You're specifying that it's under the land. He was talking blank me. He was talking to me. He was sitting blank him in metro. He was sitting besides him in metro, right? Next to him, apart from him. That means he is sitting and this person is also sitting in metro. He was cutting vegetables blank knife. So how do you cut vegetables? With a knife, right? With a knife. He was cutting vegetables with a knife. So I hope you liked this exercise. For more exercises, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Do hit the bell notification so you get the exercises on time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. Take care. Hi guys, in this video we're going to learn about preposition of places. In, on, at, and when do we use that? Here we have Oxford Street. So what do you think it is? In Oxford Street, on Oxford Street, or at Oxford Street? So pause the video and try. Take your time and come back when you're done. Well, let's see. This is the whole country, like US, UK, Italy, Germany. We use in with the countries. Like we say in the Philippines, in Thailand, in Vietnam. And then inside the country, we're going to find city or a town. So we also use in for the cities. Now there are streets in the city So what do we use for streets? We use on with the names of the streets. Easy, right? And then on these streets, we find buildings and places like this here. So for specific buildings and places, we use at. So let's have a recap. Where do we use in? For countries, cities. Where do we use on? On is used for streets, right? Whenever you have names of streets, we use on. Also, we use on for rivers, or if you have borders, or we also use it for islands. At is used where? For addresses, for exact positions or locations or specific buildings and places. So I'll write for exact locations or or you can even say places. Exact places, right? Blank Oxford Street. So it's the name of the street. So what do we use? On Oxford Street. Blank the River Thames. It's the name of the river, right? So what do we use? On the River Thames. Blank Sweden. It's the name of the country. So for countries we use in Sweden. Blank Airport. Now we can find airport in one of these buildings and places. So for buildings and places, exact locations, it takes at. So at airport. Blank Craig Street. For the name of the streets, what do we use? On Craig Street. 15 Craig Street. Now this is a bit tricky. You have the name of the building here. Maybe it is somewhere here. 15, the name of the building. So what do we use for specific places and buildings? We use at 15 Craig Street. Blank France. It's a country. So for countries we use in France. The border of Spain and France. So what do we use for borders? For borders or islands or rivers or streets, we use on the border of Spain and France. Blank Paris. Paris, it's a city. So what do we use for cities and countries? In. James Street is the name of the street. So what do we use? On James Street. 25 Oxford Street. Again here, you have the name of the street. It's a specific building, specific place, exact location of that building. So we use at 25 Oxford Street. Bangkok. It's a city. So we use in Bangkok. Blank Yas Island. So it's an island. For islands we use on Yas Island. Blank Broadway. It's the name of the street in New York. So what do we use? On Broadway Street. Blank door. Now you're at exact position or exact location at the door. Blank Berlin. It's a city. So what do we use? In Berlin. Blank the traffic light. Now you're at exact position, at exact place. So what do you use? At the traffic light. Blank the world. What do we use? In the world. Blank crossroads. Now you're mentioning specific place. Crossroads. You're standing there at crossroads. Blank Chicago. So what do you think is the right answer? It's a city. So what do we use for cities? Let me know the answer in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Take care. Hi guys, in this video we're going to learn about at, on, in, and when do we use it. So at comes before clock time or meal time, like at 8 a.m. at lunchtime. On comes before days or dates. For example, on Sunday, on Monday. In comes before seasons, months, or years. Now it can be centuries or decades as well. For example, in 2024. Okay, let's see what comes here. We have blank Monday. So Monday is a day. So what do we use for day? On. On Monday. Blank winter. It's a season. So what do we use for seasons? In. So in winter. 6 o'clock. Now that's a clock time, right? So for time we use at. At 6 o'clock. Blank December. So December is a month. So what do we use for months? In. So in December. 2024. So what's this? This is year. So for years we use in 2024. Here we have blank June 15, 2023. Now June 15, 2023 is a date. So for days or dates, what do we use? We use on. It's a particular day on June 15, 2023. You're doing something. 21st century. For centuries, decades, years. We are talking about centuries. It's 21st century. So in 21st century. Lunchtime. So it's a meal time, right? For meal times, for clock times, what do we use? At lunchtime. My birthday. It's your day. It's a particular day. So we use on my birthday. The past. Now it's a period of years, right? Several years, right? So what do we use? In the past. New year. Now for New Year, it's another time phrase. Now because it lasts how many days? Several days. You don't know how many. Several days. It lasts several days. So we're talking about several days. We use at. Blank evening. Now what's this? It's a part of the day. So if it's a part of the day like morning, evening, you use in evening. Night. Now here you have two blanks with same thing. Blank night, blank night. Now I'm going to tell you something new. If you're talking about all of the night, alright? So for all of the night, we use at night. For example, she's a nurse and she works at night. That means she's working the whole night. Now, for example, if you're talking about specific time during the night, we use in the night. For example, the baby often wakes up in the night. So it's for the particular time, for a specific time during the night. Blank the 80s. Now it's a decade, right? Several years, period of years it is. So we use in the 80s. Blank break time. So you're talking about a break, or you can say it's a meal time or your break time, leisure time. So we use at break time. Blank New Year's Day. Now that's a particular day what you're talking about. It's a particular day on New Year's Day. So we use on. Blank the last few months. So you're talking about several months, not 1 month. So for several months, but still it's months, right? In the last few months. The 2nd of August. Now it's a particular day, right? So for particular days, specific day. So we use on the 2nd of August. Blank weekends. Now you have to tell this one whether it takes at, on, or in. Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.